Yes, sir. We live, Brett.
Yo, deeper than bars, deeper than rap, where we go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. All right. What's really good is DC 3 degrees. All right. I know it's been a minute, y'all, but I gotta give y'all the recap from URL Smack Weekend in Orlando, bro. It was going fucking bananas. All right. First off, thank you all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Deeper than bars, deeper than rap, where we go beyond the bars and deep in the facts. Make sure y'all follow. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? Catch us on Spotify, Anchor. All right. We usually stream it on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook when we go live. All right. But Smack URL weekend was just so crazy, yo. So let's get into it, right? So why was I there? I was there because Fonz was about to go. Fonz was facing Nitty this weekend, and that's the battle I wanted to see. All right, but the first day was the female card. All right, so now I got to actually the privilege of having inside leverage. So I actually got to hear a lot of people's rounds before they went on stage. Um, I got to hear. I got to hear quite a few rounds. I ain't gonna even put it. I got to hear a lot of few rounds. From a lot of different battlers. Um, I thought Shuni material was crazy. She was going against Miss Miami. Her material was fire. Um, Suge material for Verb was fire. Um, Listen. So anyway, so the first night, right? The female card was cool though. Um, Yoshi and Farrah battle might have been the closest from what I heard. Um, but everybody else was like we catching bodies, and it was cool because Chrome 23 was happening down there for the tournament and shit, for the female tournament and shit. So it all worked out. Um, but Saturday was really the day, all right, and that was Volume 10. Clips and Cal, Suge and Verb, um, Nitty and Fonz battle was postponed for that day. So we got KCJ versus Arsenal. We got Kid Chaos versus Jerry West. Um, and Soul of Flair versus Foots. Okay, so this event I was there from beginning to almost the end. Because I didn't see Clips and Cal battle live. Um, so let's do the first one. Foots and Soul of Flair. Hey, URL got two potential superstars with these guys. Foots was going fucking bananas, bro. He had this bar where he say smashing your head like a wet dream. Oh my god. Oh, that shit was crazy. But LaFlair, this nigga LaFlair said some shit like, uh, um, got the aim for me. Um, he said, he said, you know what's up when you hear the hymns like slave music or some shit. Man, that shit was crazy. What was wrong though was Foots was bombing. Like in the first round, Foots was bombing. But this nigga Soul get up there, bro, and you thinking like, now he ain't about to say nothing crazy, bro, and he just get to wilding out. So like that battle set the tone um set the whole tone for the night, in my opinion. That battle was fucking crazy. So then they followed that battle up with damn, was it Kid Chaos and West first? Um, so let's go to Kid Chaos and Jerry West. First off, they be sleeping on Kid Chaos, bro. Kid Chaos bars is fucking crazy. I argue that him and Fonz a lot alike in certain respects. Not that they rap alike, but it's the focus that both of them have when they scripting their shit out. You know, Fonz script his shit out. You know, and like JC said, Fonz whole sentence be the punch. Like it's not that he's getting to the punch to the part of the bars where the punch actually comes at. Like every word leading up to the last word be part of the punch. Kid Chaos be scripting this shit out. So like you Kid Chaos give you an image while he's walking you down, but every line be part of the bar. So it's so crazy, and people really sleep on that. And it's amazing to me how it's so many battle rap fans, and a lot of battle rap fans be missing bars. I mean, niggas be saying some of the craziest shit, and these motherfuckers miss it. I don't understand that shit for the life of me. Whatever the case, though, Jerry West comes out first, right? And Jerry West was talking. He was talking. He was barking. Okay, for all those that didn't see it live, Jerry West was barking. But Kid Chaos, man, he was wilding. Okay, and I don't know. I don't know if it was different because I was in the building, but bro, to see Jerry West's demeanor change from where he was at, like confidence wise in his first round, to where his body language was at by the time we got to the third round, bro. There's no way you couldn't say, oh yeah, Kid Chaos was fucking him up. Kid Chaos was fucking him up. Um, he had this Jerry West bar. He was like, how you gonna take the name? But he said it's crazy because that's like, I don't want to fuck up his bar. But he basically said Jerry West took the name from a dude, and the logo basically symbolizes where Jerry West is at in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like he's stuck in a box moving it. That shit was phenomenal. I gave Chaos that one 2-1. I honestly feel like Chaos lightweight caught a body. Gentleman's 30, you know what I'm saying, now because Jerry West's first round was crazy. Jerry West seconds and third, it wasn't like he had bad material. But sometimes, man, in this culture, man, somebody could just exceed what you thought you had. And that's just a case of that. Kid Chaos had that shit for him. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty good battle though. I ain't gonna hold you. But I had Chaos winning 2-1, possibly a gentleman's 30. I thought that battle was crazy. The Foots and Soul of Flair battle, I gave to Foots. Only because Soul stumbled in two different rounds. But what was so crazy was even with his stumbles, he came back with room shakers, and he didn't have no more hiccups after that. And after chopping it with him and shit, I could understand how that happens, man. That's these guys are new guys. Speaking on Foots and Soul, they new guys. They just now getting, you feel me, getting their feet wet in the URL, getting their shit together. Um, and they put on a hell of a performance. But I gave it to Foots because Soul slipped up a couple times and he had to get it back. Um, and Foots was clean throughout. Plus he had fire material. But if somebody disregarded that and said this was a debatable, I wouldn't too much argue with them just because the material from both guys was so fire. Going back to Chaos and West had fire material, bro, but this nigga, this nigga Kid Chaos was on another planet, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. Kid Chaos was in a whole nother atmosphere with this material he had, bro. And when that shit drop on the app and people start really paying attention, they gonna be like, damn, Kid Chaos really one of them ones for real. That it's nice. So they dropped with another battle, a light work battle. So it's crazy how during the volume we got a light work battle. But I lightweight like how Smacking was doing it though, because a lot of shit was happening on the fly that they really was out of their control. Speaking of Smacking Beef, and you know they had to improvise on the fly. You know, so I commend them because you know they still put up quality shit for people on the weekend. I mean, to be honest, to help fill out the weekend, in my opinion. So my fault, y'all. I had to get my life together. So KCJ and Arsenal, all right, in this light work battle. All right. Now what's so crazy is I'm standing there and shit. The event was smacking. All right. Well, how raw how they did it for the caffeine event was, for one, you wasn't even getting in that bitch if you wasn't on the guest list. Just period. So caffeine real strict. The only people in the building for caffeine events, unless it's one of those, is whoever battling and whoever with the battlers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in that bitch. I'm scoping that bitch out. It was nice. That bitch was smacking. Charlie Clips in the bitch. Him and Goods come in. Kyle in there with his people and shit. You feel me? It was a lot of cats in there. So I just so happened to just see Casey J in the cut. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, damn, I seen her on the caffeine saying she was in Orlando, but you know, I'm just thinking like, shit, it's the weekend. You know, niggas don't come up and just come support the shit. And then come to find out she battling Arsenal. Now Arsenal's so funny though, because Arsenal's selling food and shit. So if y'all ever come to Orlando, you know what I'm saying, y'all pull up to the event, make sure y'all fuck with Arsenal and the food though. Salmon, chicken. He got some shit on there. Definitely selling them dinners though. So shout out to Ars on the hustle man side. Um, but Casey J, Casey J lost her motherfuck. I mean, she lost her motherfucking mind. Okay. Now they already say she do that voodoo shit because she always making all the guys choke. Um, and man, it's a difference when you standing right there and you watching a motherfucker get bodied like that. And I can honestly say, Arsenal got body. Arsenal got body. His first round, he came out, he was wilding because he went first. He was wilding the fuck out. But Casey J was on his ass. And we not talking about some, oh, they just giving her a little cause she did good against Arsenal. No. Nigga, this ain't even debatable. Casey J was wilding the fuck out. I was waiting for this so I can share it. Casey J was wilding the fuck out. Yeah, I needed that. Let me get this. What are we doing? Okay, my fault, y'all. My fault, y'all. Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. Look, I'm trying to get my share on too. Hold on. Let me share this shit. You feel me? Deeper than bars, deeper than rap, where we go beyond the bars and deeper than the facts. It's early, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this in before I gotta get ready for my work week and shit. You feel me? I want to be able to come up here and holler at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why is my phone acting like that? Can we go back to that? There we go. Hey, hey. All right. No. Anyway, R said some shit. And you could tell when R's knows forgetting his material and shit. Start freestyling and shit. So I think that was in the third. End of the second, the third, he started forgetting his material and shit. But Casey never let up on that ass, bro. Like, she was on his ass. He gave that bitch with the mask on and shit. She was like this little like velour jumpsuit and shit, a two piece or whatever. Hey, Casey J was wilding the fuck out. Her bars was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And her aggression. That shit was amazing. I never seen Arsenal get whooped like that. And she fucked him up. She fucked him up, bro. All right, so we went from that battle to the Suge battle. Suge versus Bird. Now, what's crazy about the Suge versus Bird battle is this was for the money. So Gerald McCoy, if y'all don't, if a lot of y'all not hip to Gerald McCoy, Gerald McCoy is a what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are you acting so shitty? Y'all gotta excuse me, man. You know these dumbass smartphones be acting so fucking retarded. Thank you. Um, where was I at? Suge versus Bird. So Gerald McCoy, if y'all don't know, is a football player. Um, Gerald McCoy put money up on this battle. Um, at first I thought it was 20,000 that he was putting up, but I think it might end up only being 10. But don't quote me on that because I really didn't like that. That wasn't my part of the focus for real. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know he put some money up for them to battle. Um, and so look, Suge was wilding the fuck out. Let's make no mistake about this. Suge was losing his motherfucking mind up there. Now, and it was so crazy because leading up him getting ready, it ain't seem like he had it all together. But like by the time we got to like game day that night, Suge was on his shit. Um, I thought Averb had fire ass material. Like, like, like it was crazy how he was talking. But when you in that building, man, Averb rap low as fuck. Like he ain't getting that loud. And it don't come off like that on the screen, but Averb wasn't that loud. So you heard him better on the stream than you did as the niggas that was actually on the stage with him, which is so crazy. Unless she was like right there in front. Suge was wilding. That nigga said I put six hole you find Duncan in a box with six holes in him. You know what I'm saying? America runs on Duncan. He was fucking wilding. His name flips was crazy. He was fucking tripping in that bitch though. A lot of people gave Suge the battle. Um, I I think it was more debatable than people give it credit for. Because I felt like Verb was going fucking ape shit, bro. It's the way that he put his literature together and his entendres and shit. And I know Bird be come off a little annoying sometimes on the spaces, depending on just what your moral code is. Like he'll come off a little extra. It seem Bird be spitting a lot of real shit though sometimes, even though people don't like his antics. He come with some real like food for thought type shit. So it's hard to just be like, but that battle was crazy. Now the one battle I cannot give y'all real feedback on is Clips and Cow. Um, as I said, I was in the building. I actually heard Cal first two rounds before the battle, um, but I didn't see the battle live, so I have no clue what Charlie said. Um, I just know about a little bit what Kyle said, so I'm actually want to watch that battle before I give a recap on it. But that night was crazy, but a lot of people was disappointed because people was there to see Fonz and Nitty. A lot of people ain't gonna say that, or people gonna be reluctant to really put that out there. But out of all the battles that went on this weekend, okay, Chrome 23 tournament with a Final Four, the Volume 1 female battle rap, female Volume 1 card, the men's Volume 10 card, Civil War 3. Everybody was there to see Nitty versus Fonz. All that other shit didn't really matter. Don't get me wrong, and I ain't saying it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't nobody. But bruh, niggas was there to see Nitty versus Fonz. That's what they was there for, bruh. All that other shit didn't even matter. They was there to see Nitty versus Fonz. And Nitty versus Fonz didn't disappoint. Okay? That shit did not disappoint, not one motherfucking bit. But before we get into that, let's start with the beginning of the night. So now URL got their own little building for for their events when they throw it down here in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? It's an undisclosed location. You only know if you know. You know what I'm saying? But they got a little spot down here where they operate and shit. And it's actually fire. The whole little joint, how they go about it. A lot of people don't like the fact they feel like caffeine watering down the culture, but caffeine don't really got no control over the culture. They're just investors. So, like any business person, when you invest boatloads of money into a product, then you're gonna want it to operate in a way that allows you to get a return on your investment. It's not necessarily about trying to change nothing or trying to be dominant or take over. But it's just that if I put in so much money into a product, I'm expecting some type of return in some type of area. You know what I'm saying? Probably a large return, most likely, when you invest that type of money. So this should be cool. But the event where they had the event at last night was more of a regular battle rap culture feel. You know what I'm saying? So in a lot of respects, as much as I felt some type of way about them moving the Nitty and Fonz battle to Civil War, I feel like the Civil War setting actually did some justice for both of them because it allowed them to get off. Now the corny part is a lot of a lot of battle rap fans don't understand the material. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't really like you. Sometimes you really gotta dumb it down for them to actually catch it, and that should be no penalty on the battlers. You know what I'm saying? All the battlers go through this. It's not just they don't go through it. They don't go through it. All battlers go through this, and all the battle rappers know. But a lot of these fans ain't that bright. And I ain't saying that to like diss them. I don't want to come off like that way. But when it comes to actually comprehending and understanding the material that a lot of these battle rappers be putting out here when they get engaged in they conflicts with the other opponent, y'all don't be understanding. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be done watched the battle 15 times, heard the same bar, and it still ain't clicked for you for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into how Civil War started. Civil War started with Hansel versus Ease. Now, if you're not hip to Hansel and Ease, these was Hansel, Ease, Foots, Solar Flare. No, Foots. I think all. No, it was so. Was all part of the final exams. So if you don't got the URL app, I highly encourage you get it. And I highly encourage you go check out them guys because they was getting fucking crazy. Um, Hansel and Ease was a goodie. Okay, Hansel is part of EFB. Come from Cali. When I walked into the event, Hansel was already into his round. He might have been halfway through his round. But Hansel was going nuts. Pause. Excuse my French. Hansel was losing his motherfucking mind up there. Losing it, okay? And I'm like, okay, the crowd rocking with him. So Ease goes up. All right. And this was so crazy. And this is something I tell some of the, some battlers I come across, man. When you got raw material and you probably going against a nigga who gonna come with some crazy shit, you gotta have, and this is something I learned too, you gotta have the offset bar. I think Charlie Clips do this some of the best, where a nigga just had a crazy round and Charlie would come off with some shit that it just basically kind of neutralize the momentum of nigga game. Whether it be a rebuttal, something funny, woody woody wah. It's not about whatever they said. It's about the effect that it has on calming the crowd down from thinking the other guy is really winning the battle. Bruh, Ease come right upstairs. His nigga say, I'm upstairs on some extra shit. Fuck around and walk down on hands like the exorcist. What? Hey, set the whole fucking room on fire with the first one. From this point forward, Ease was hitting Hansel every fucking bar. Okay? And then Ease got like I guess he from Florida, so he got like this, he got that heavy southern accent with his bars. It don't matter though. His PM crazy. Ease was bombing back to back to back. I'm standing there. Bees come out. Bees say, man, is Ease doing good? I say, Bees, man. Hey, Ease on fire, bro. He only halfway through the round. Now, you got to understand why Bees asked this. Bees was in the back. When he come out, bro, the whole spot is going nuts. Okay? All you hear is, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, like back to back. So, if you're in another room and you hear this shit, you're going to be like, damn, what the fuck going on that these niggas going crazy? But he's only halfway through his round. He was only maybe 8 to 10 bars in his round, bro. And he had that bitch on fire. Now, don't get me wrong. Hansel was going crazy. And I think sometimes people could be a victim of going first because a lot of people only remember the last things they heard. So sometimes going first could be to your disadvantage if your material ain't stupid crazy, and or if the other dude just come with it. You feel me? But Ease was going. I usually how I judge battles is the entire battle. Some people go round by round. I judge it by the entire battle because even though a person may have not, and I don't know how other people take this, but even though a person may not have specifically won a round, that you put 3 rounds of material versus they 3 rounds of material, I can't say that 3 rounds was totally, absolutely better than those 3 rounds. So this is where I get my 2-1s from. If I say a person bodied them, then this was clear. Not only did the other guy, not really have the bars like that, but he had a performance either. You feel what I'm saying? You say a person got bodied. Second round. Hansel's second round was retarded. He did this whole Pangea shit. You know what I'm saying? But the bars got harder as the scheme went on. So like he started with it pierced, bullet hit and split up like Pangea, but then he broke into some plate tectonic shit, and then he from Cali, so he broke into some San Andreas fault shit. Nigga, that nigga was going fucking bonkers. It was almost like he was like, "Oh, bitch, Ease, you weren't about to come in here and go crazy on me, and not expect it not to be no drama though." So Hansel's second round was nice as fuck, bro. Like he gonna be a problem, bro. He gonna be a fucking problem. His round was crazy, but dude, this nigga Ease, man. Hey, man, this nigga Ease crowd control was retarded. First thing, you got his crowd control was retarded. His vocal projection is nice. His delivery nice. And Hansel just caught him on the wrong night, bro. Because Hansel material was fucking fire, bro. Hansel material was crazy. I don't even know how to express that even. His material was crazy. But Ease was just on some bullshit, bro. Ease was on some trash. And his second round was even better than his first round. Okay? Even better than his first round. Wait, hold on right quick, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Ease was on some trash. His second round was even crazier than his first round, okay? But it was so we get to the third. Now, Hansel third was so sick. He started off by saying how he was an act something about acting. No, wait. I cannot hold on. Man, listen. E said some shit. I don't know why, for a reason, they refer to Hansel as water, or why he refers to himself as water. I do not know. That was my first time actually listening to Hansel, was seeing him live. And E's second round, before I get to Hansel third, in E's second round, he said some shit like, I put a body of water by a body of water like TLC in the music video. Bro, if you know anything about motherfucking TLC and you seen the Jason Waterfalls video and where they be doing they little 3-wheel motion and shit in the water and they be bodies of water up under the waterfall. What? And then what he say, the gather blam, and then you see me stick a fork in water like Aquaman. What? Hey. Hey, Ease Ease left fucking Earth in this second round, y'all. He was wilding. I don't know what the fuck he was on, but he was on it, bro. And like I say, Hansel's second round was crazy. It's not like he didn't come. Hansel's second round was crazy, but bro, Ease was on some whole other shit. Like, what the fuck was wrong with this nigga, bro? So, um, we get to the third. Now, Hansel third was real. Um, he started off with this scripts line, which was a super room shaker. He said how he was acting, and then his boy got killed over some over a misdiagnosis or some shit, and basically said this: I never looked at scripts the same. That shit was crazy. And then he followed up with just room shakers though. Bitch was wilding, and he was a little emotional. And don't get me wrong, man, it take a lot to be able to get to the this what they call a mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? And when you make it to the top level of any of these platforms, KOTD, Smack, you know, um, uh, uh, RBE, whatever it is. It's a lot of hard work to do that shit, bro. You niggas don't just go there just because they want to go there. Like you really got to impress a lot of people. Like you got to stay focused. You got to be able to move. So I understood. On top of that, Hansel had raw material. I cannot emphasize this shit enough. This nigga material was retarded. But Ease he was just different, bro. And he had that crowd with him. He was at home, so he doing his Florida talk. But in his third, that nigga told Hansel, a white woman pulled up on you, who was a movie producer. You know what I'm saying? So why is you talk about murdering? White woman pulled up on my mama too, except for it was she was with Child Protective Services. My fault, y'all. Man, yeah, Ease said that shit though. He said that Child Protective Services shit. That shit was different. Then he followed it up with the just speaking about being a dad. You know what I'm saying? How he gotta keep shit normal, right? Like make his babies feel like shit was normal. Then he followed up with some more shit. And and a person, if a person said, when their battles drop, if people argue that Hansel got the third round, I wouldn't debate that. If people, at the same token though, if people said they felt like Ease got a 3-0, like I say, I judge battles over the overall, so I don't feel like Ease had a body. I felt like Hansel had enough material throughout the 3 rounds. You got to give him at least a round. But Ease was just on another planet. I don't know if it was the atmosphere. I don't know if it was the location. His material was crack, and he put on the show. So that was a very crazy battle. Um, the second battle was Nun versus who the fuck did Nun go against? Chef Trez. Nun versus Chef Trez. Now this is where I get mad at the URL sometimes because URL be tripping. Sometimes the way they put the battles on be making no sense. All right. I have nothing against Chef Trez or Nun, but they're not crowd electric fires. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't say every time one of them get on, they gonna have a crazy crowd rocking performance type shit. All right. And so URL put them on, and they battle was cool. But for one, I didn't even know they battle was going right on after that. By the time I got back to it, this was over. Um, so I can't tell y'all who won that battle. Um, I just know a lot of people didn't really care for it. Which is unfortunate because Nana had some shit. I heard some of Nana shit before he went on. Nana had some shit. But I know Chef Trez, bro, between the freestyle and then I think the knock on Chef Trez is he ain't aggressive enough. Like Chef Trez don't be getting angry and wilding the fuck out. And the more and more that I watch battle rap and I pay attention to things, I'm starting to notice like that's when that's when a lot of fans start fucking with you. When they see you get pissed off and you angry and you just start going fucking bananas on niggas, that's that's when a lot of people usually start fucking with you. So we'll see. The next battle was Clean versus Stumbles. First off, this nigga Clean funny this bit. This nigga funny as fuck for no reason. This nigga's fucking hilarious. Okay, but Clean has some nice shit. Clean has some nice shit. I didn't hear Stumbles first round. I heard I came in at the beginning or the beginning or the early stages of Clean first round. His first round was crazy. Then we get to the second round. Stumbles partially stumbled through his second round, but his second round was nice. His second round was nice. Clean second round was crazy though. You know what I'm saying? And in this second round, you seen the old Clean. You know, to say it again, like with the like he was in his whole bag in this second round. Clean Paper was man, or he go by Kitchen Clean now. He was in his bag in his second round, bro. And most people, like I said, I missed the Stumbles first round, but most people was calling it 2-0 by the time we got to the end of the second round. But Stumbles third round was crazy. And I think Clean forgot his third, to be honest, y'all. I think Clean forgot his third. He had some nice shit and like he cleaned it up, you know what I'm saying, however he did it. Um, People probably might argue that Clean had already won the battle. But Stumbles third was crazy. Stumbles and he got through it too. Stumbles third was fire. Um, so I say that's a 2-1 battle as well. But like I say, I didn't see Stumbles first round, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying. But Clean looked it good. And if Clean gonna be focused and can give us 3 rounds of what he had in his second round against, you know what I'm saying, we could start to see the old Clean back and really get on this shit. I know this money gotta look good to him. You know what I'm saying? So so the next battle was it Nitty and Fonz? No, no, it was who? Oh, The next battle was True Foe and O Red. Oh my God. So listen, y'all. All right, I fucks with True Foe. You know what I'm saying? New Midwest shit. I fucks with True Foe. O Red, O Red been raw. You know what I'm saying? I was watching battle rap when O Red was a laughing stock. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching it since. He took his hiatus and he came back and he just been all on his bar shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but this was a goodie. Cause O Red came out in that first, it was wild. Bitch was disrespectful. Niggas freestyling. Like the way O Red could go back and forth into his material is so crazy. Like he was on one. Before first round, oh man. Foe came out the gate and he did not let up the entire round, bro. Foe first was crazy. He was talking to O Red. Talking to him, okay? The second round, O Red turned up in the second. O did turn up in the second. And he got even more into his pocket of talking back and all. Like it was, O got crazy in the second, y'all. No man, and like people, the crowd be sleep on a lot of material and shit. You feel me? Um, but bruh, O was going crazy. But again, True came back with that shit, man. And I say a lot of times it's not about win, lose, or draw. Especially when you make it to URL, like you're not trying to prove that you belong there no more, in my opinion. You're there, you've already proven you belong there. Now it's just for you to get comfortable and build your brand. You know what I'm saying? Long as you go out there and put on a stellar performance every time you go out, you're gonna keep getting booked. Win, lose, or draw. You're gonna keep getting booked because you are enjoyable to the viewers. All right. And however you and your team, you know, choreograph how y'all wear or how y'all promote, you know what I'm saying, and make yourself accessible in so many different that's how you build your brand. URL already giving you the platform. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just about doing the other little things that help build your brand and market you. You know what I'm saying? So long as you put on, man, you win. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to win every battle in an opinionated sport. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But True Foe was wild. I True Foe was going fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Red was up there like, oh, okay, look, we got that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like Red purposely felt like he had the extra turn up in the third. Um, and the third is a little etchy to me. I have to watch that again because I heard them both, but I was kind of getting ready for the next battle and shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the third round, I kind of zoned out off of. But if we going by the first two rounds for sure, um, it was at least 1-1. Um, because I felt like True got the first, and I felt like O edged the second. But the third, and then two, I don't know. Like I said, I go back and reread that second because Foe might have got the second too, though. Foe might have got the second too. Uh, but the third, I'm really, really etchy on. So, but that was a good battle though. They both came with it. They both had material. O Red said some shit. O Red got on his joke game, which is I think is not something that I'm used to seeing. Now I haven't watched every battle O-Red ever did, so I could be just uninformed about some shit. You know what I'm saying? But O-Red, he did a few he had a few raw little jokes and setups and little schemes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny as fuck though. I fucked with it. So the next battle was the battle everybody wanted to see. Okay. And it was Nitty versus Fonz. Okay. Now, fortunately for a guy like myself, I was as close you could be to the action without actually be in the action. And it was raw how they brought Conceited out to host the battle. I mean, he flipped the coin for the battle, but he was basically right there. Khan came with this big fire ass chain. That nigga chain is retarded, bruh. That bitch damn near half his chest. That bitch so motherfucking big. And that bitch icy than a motherfucker. That shit crazy. Okay. But Nitty there, Fonz there, you feel me? It's funny because both of these niggas got on little jogging suits. Nitty also red and white shit, which is crazy. And Fonz had on like this like white, black, and yellow or whatever the case. Had on this had on like the little puffy jacket with his black scully and shit. Hey, nigga, stage was lit. My verse, Jazz, um, who else was up there? Was Bonnie up there? Um, nigga, Ease, True Foe, Don Marino. Shit, I don't think Suge was up there. But the stage was lit. Fonz go first. Fonz, Fonz was wild, y'all. That nigga, this nigga, man, hold on, y'all. This nigga Fonz was going crazy, y'all. I mean, bruh. Hold on. Oh, you got this? Oh, I needed that. This what I needed right here. Oh, this what I needed right here. Man, hold on, y'all. Hey. Oh, check this shit out, y'all. Fonz start off on that trash. That nigga said some shit like smack Star with Bulls and he gave me rum. But then that nigga came, did a slogan and said some shit like, I'm a used car salesman. I let this lemon off a lot. Nigga, what? Then followed up with some what that nigga say first it was a shift and a kick like a moped. So bruh, this nigga Fonz was fucking wildin', dude. He said all they said is they found an alien in the street, and I don't think that's an intelligent life form. What? Hey, this nigga Fonz was wild. But bruh, Nitty first, and I said Nitty got a lot of respect for Fonz pen, cause Nitty started off his round with when you accepted this, you was a dead man. Like the beginning of Boys in the Hood. Off the gate. I'm talking about out the gate. He on ass. Nitty first was crazy. Nitty first was retarded. Um, the next bar that I'm thinking of for that came from Nitty, it wasn't in his first though. It was, I believe, it was in his second. So now listen, right? Being in the room, being on the stage, right? You get to see and feel the energy. That was my first time at a URL event like that. And I truly understand why people say it feel different in the building. Like shit just like you could really feel the energy from either anybody who battling, the crowd, the people on stage. Like you really could feel the difference in energy shifts. Like that shit is crazy. So Nitty was wilding in his first though, y'all. I'm that nigga Nitty was like way going bonkers. But so this is something that I feel like people don't pay attention to enough when it comes to battlers. And it's a difference between just writing bars for anybody and writing tailor-made bars. You hear some raw material and you could tell, okay, that nigga could have said that shit to this person or that person or that person. And then you get some and you be like, oh no, that shit, he couldn't have spit that shit for nobody else. That was just for him. And that to me, that's the difference between Fonz punching and Nitty punching. Like Nitty be punching out of this fucking world. I'm not gonna never say he don't, bro. He be fucking coming out his head with some of the craziest shit. But they don't always be tailor made for his opponent. And I feel like Fonz should be more tailor made for his opponent. Like it's more direct. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I won't debate a person who say Nitty got the first. I won't. Um, but I still feel like there's an argument for Fonz in that first. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great ass like their first round was
This
every
what I this what I've been hearing. You know, I ain't get to see it, but I've been hearing. I heard Nitty was clear cut. When I hear talk about the clear cut rounds, I'm hearing they said Nitty was clear cut first, and they saying Fonz clear cut third, and they say second was up for grabs.
so let's get to that. Let's get no stay. Oh no, bring your come back. Stay up here.
No, I'm listening, but I'm doing some shit in the background too. I
All
got
right,
you.
bet.
Yep, yep.
So check this. So check it, right? Like as I was just saying, Nitty was wilding in the first, bruh. And it wasn't, I mean, Nitty was being who you expect Nitty to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Um uh Nitty was wilding in the first. He was wilding, bruh. Like that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna even hold you. That nigga was on his shit. Um, so we get to the second round, right? Hold on, y'all. So we get to the second, right? Now, when I was just talking about energy shifts and all that, and this what it was. So in 5 seconds, Fonz come out and say some shit like like I punch legendary, uh why something I smack his ass and get him the pause if necessary. Some shit like that, man. That shit was crazy. And then bitch just took the fuck off. Okay. Fonz was going so crazy in this second round, y'all. Now, mind you, Fonz went first, right? I want y'all to remember that. Fonz went first. This nigga's second round was so fucking bonkers because it was like this, right? And now, mind you, I'm on stage with niggas, right? So hear what I'm saying. Fonz come out with his first, and niggas like, okay, like Fonz, that was fire. But Nitty about to be on that trash. And Nitty was. And niggas like, oh, man, that's crazy. I told y'all. I say, man, listen, don't sleep on Fonz. When Fonz got done with his second round, bruh, that bitch, the whole building was in shock. You hear me? Like everybody, niggas on that stage, like, oh no, that nigga punch is retarded. Niggas wasn't talking that, oh, I don't think he got enough for Nitty. Niggas in that bitch like, Nitty better leave the planet again. You know what I'm saying? It was that feel like, bruh, if Nitty don't take off, this shit can get super interesting. That was the feel in the building. It wasn't no, oh, this nigga Fonz getting, but it wasn't none of that. It was, oh, this nigga Fonz came to, he ain't playing. Like that nigga BARZ was retarded. That nigga Fonz second round was so fucking crazy. But again, it ain't like the nigga Nitty, no sucker. In the second round, he said some shit like he he say he trying to punch with a hole in him, Capri Sun, some shit, and he said some other shit. But my whole thing about Nitty's second round was it wasn't enough. And I know niggas gonna say, "Oh, what the fuck?" But hear what I'm saying, bro. When you in a fight and you and a nigga and then you and your opponent is both throwing and landing haymakers, if I throw 50 haymakers and land all 50, and you throw 39 haymakers and land all 39, my nigga, who won? Who do you feel like the winner? Do you feel like it's still even? And that's how I felt about Fonz and Nitty's second round. Nitty had some raw shit in his second round, right? He had some crazy shit. But Fonz was even crazier. And Fonz went first. So imagine a nigga who spit his second round first, and the other nigga spit his second round, and you coming out that second round like, I don't know if Nitty did enough to get that round. I don't know if he did enough. You feel me? Then you get to the third. Oh, and this nigga Fonz lost it even more. And in this third, I feel like the culture gets to see what Fonz in his true form looks like. Like when he comfortable writing the shit the way he want to write it, spitting the shit the way he want to spit it, being in his bag the way he want to. He started off the bar. He started off the round with a rebuttal from Nitty's previous round, from his second fire ass rebuttal. Then he came with some shit. I like my hustle like her rum neat. He gonna be casket sharp, and the internet gonna have him in new threads. Some old crazy shit, bruh. Hey, and from there he took the fuck off. Said some shit. Said some shit about um, man. What if I said uh, that when you split that 150 with Geechee and them that they made you do it and got on some whole other shit, bruh. Fonz was in his fucking bag. And on that stage, bruh, all you could hear and see is niggas' faces like, ooh, this nigga Fonz going crazy. Fonz going crazy. The look on Nitty's face was like, ooh, this nigga, this nigga really got it. You know what I'm saying? So then Nitty spit his third. Nitty third was he had once again, bro. Nitty always say some shit that had you like, man, how the fuck did you even think of that? You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't enough. He didn't have the same amount of shit. Like, in my opinion, his first round was his heaviest round because it seemed like his shit was spread out throughout the round. He had a couple of spots that was kind of dry. He had a couple of you could probably say they was reaches. I wouldn't argue if a person said that felt like a reach. And he had a couple where it was just lightweight dry. It really didn't hit. At the same token, though, again, it's not like crowd always catches all the material. You know what I'm saying? Especially it's proven with Nitty. They always catch the material, man. You always gotta catch him on the playback. You feel me? And Fonz a lot of the same way. But when Nitty got done with his third, the feeling in the building wasn't, oh, Nitty just won. It wasn't. People could say whatever the fuck they want to say because niggas in there drunk, niggas in there smoking. You feel me? Now listen, I got footage. Fuck what y'all niggas talking about. I got footage. I was there. Okay. There was no sentiment of, oh, Nitty just bagged Fonz. It was not. Not even lightweight. You could argue Nitty died in those last two rounds, bruh. All right, and like you said, from what you hearing, Nitty got the first, Fonz got the third, and it's crazy that they giving Fonz the third clear because to me that just solidified the fact that he won the battle. In my opinion, that just solidified. If people clearly gave Fonz the third, all right, he won. He won because it's as crazy as Nitty first was. There's a legitimate argument to be made. Fonz won that round too. Legitimate argument. Fonz won that round. The second round, man, listen. But at worst, y'all, this battle of the year. At worst, this is the best battle of 2023. I know we did have this matchup and this matchup and this matchup and that matchup, and it's been going crazy. But Nitty and Fonz was the best battle of 2022. I don't even think it's debatable how fire this battle was. The amount of punches and lyrical content and assault, the concepts, man, this shit was epic. I was privileged to even fucking be there, bro. That shit was raw. Them niggas put on, bro. So my tip my hat to both of those competitors. They put on a fucking phenomenal show. They really had like they was on that bitch. Razzing, bro. Razzing. And he had some look. Then he had some landlord flips and shit. Like then he was wilding, bro. But when Fonz got off that stage, niggas was congratulating Fonz. You know what I'm saying? Like and like I say, battle rap an opinionated sport. So you go take from it whatever you want to take from it, and that's okay because everybody entitled to their own opinion. But you can't argue with the fact, right? And when Fonz got off that stage, bro, niggas was congratulating. Niggas want to talk about, oh, you died or shunned away from him or none of that. None of that. I specifically heard a nigga say, we just watched Rum, you just watched the animal die on that stage. I heard a nigga say, you watched the animal die on that stage. What? So shout out to Fonz. You know what I'm saying? He should be in top consideration for champion of the year. You know what I'm saying? Niggas already know the body what he did to Shooty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you see what he did to Tink. You feel me? You see what he did to Real Sick. You see what he did to Prestavia. You know what I'm saying? I know they gave Swamp the battle. But come on, man, we ain't gonna act like that nigga material wasn't crazy. I know drugs, got his because his shit was clean, but that nigga material for drugs was crazy. You seen what he did to be Magic. And last year, I feel like last year y'all shitted on him. Y'all had him ranked like 18th or 17th in Battle Award of the Year last year. He should have been top 10. You know what I'm saying? So this year, I think y'all should be putting more respect on my nigga name. And I feel like when Caffeine, because it's gonna be a Caffeine, because it was supposed to be on Volume 10, Caffeine gonna drop Nitty and Fonz on the Caffeine app. So they may do it on some Saturday shit, like it's a light work. I think that's why they did the light work live, because maybe they gonna drop it like 5 o'clock Saturday, this next Saturday or some shit like that. And that's how you gonna see Nitty and Fonz, and they gonna let the fans vote. But I'm telling y'all fans right now, bruh, don't go on that bitch thinking Nitty just went in that bitch and mollywopped the nigga, bruh. That is not what happened. That is not what's going on here. You know what I'm talking about? Like, but ultimately, the whole weekend was fire, man. Shout out to URL. You know what I'm saying, for doing it like this. And I think this is how they should do it when they go to cities, period. You know what I'm saying? And they might even be able to add a fourth day where they do like some type of community event or something. You feel me? Especially with how they showcase a new artists and shit like that. Give it that old feel. You might have some shit at the park or something. They some shit for the kiddies and all that type of little shit, and really add to it though. But this URL weekend shit was fire, y'all. That shit was wrong. It was a pleasure to be there. Now, I know some people gonna say, "Hey, what about the rest of the battle? What happened with where you recap at with Twerk and Real Sick and Kid Slade and Tay Rock?" I did not stay for those battles. Um, I I had to go. You know what I'm saying? I went, seen what I wanted to see, what I needed to see, did what I needed to do, but I had to get back to real life, like I'm about to have to do after we end this after this stream. But deeper than bars, deeper than rap, when we go beyond the bars and deep in the fact. UL Smack weekend recap. You feel me? I'm DC 3 Degrees. We streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? If you miss it, make sure you subscribe to the Deeper Than Bars channel that you can find on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, shit like that. Um, it was crazy. This weekend produced a lot of stars. Foots, Solar Flare, Ease Hansel. Y'all really put on for y'all new class. Um, Casey J, Shuni, Farrah Yoshi, Caution. Uh, they put on for the ladies this weekend. It was crazy. Um, Suge, Verb, that was crazy. It was nice to see Clean come back, man. You got a nice a legitimate amount of good shit out this weekend. Geechee battle didn't happen. Geechee couldn't make it. He came down sick. So they gonna have to redo that battle whenever they redo it. But I'm DC 3 Degrees, man. This is deeper than bars. It was a pleasure rapping with y'all, man. Make sure y'all fuck with me. Give me your feedback. Let me know how you feel. We can chop it up about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow me at Mogul Vaughn, the Degrees Pimp Game on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You feel me? Make sure y'all follow Deeper Than Bars too. Y'all be easy, man. One, happy holidays to y'all. Probably get up with you before the new year out.